Hey guys, so this is my third attempt at making a tutorial on how to POV in Warframe, so sorry if I sound a bit annoyed when doing this. Anyways, the first thing you'll obviously need is a good set of bright colors, and the color key scene, which can be purchased from Cephalon Samaris. Be sure to pick up a Warframe that has a very low profile, and a small helmet such as the base Nova, and don't use any attachments or sigils, as they may clip into the camera when reloading. Next, enter the room and select your bright color. I use the brightest blue if my weapon has greens in it, or a mild green, both from the infested color pack, as long as you don't use the greens toward the bottom here, as these also have a slight tint of brown in them, which may make your characters and weapons have a slight brown outline. Now that you have your colors set up, simply run forward until you hit a wall, then make sure there isn't a wall to your left or right, as this will prevent the camera from moving too much in these directions. Now do a 180 so your Warframe's back turns darker and the camera zooms in a bit. This is how you know you're in the position to glitch the camera. Go into the camera mode and move forward to see if you can clip through your Warframe, and if you can, this means you have successfully allowed the camera to spawn inside the zone that normally blocks it from getting too close to your Warframe. You can now move the camera into places you normally couldn't before, like this upward view that I will now show for reasons, but also now allow you to move the camera into your character's chest or neck area to get a relatively convincing POV shot. Now that you know you can do it, you're ready to select your weapon. Because automatic weapons continue to fire when you go into the camera mode, these weapons are the only ones you can use if you want to have good footage of them firing, so semi-autos, bursts, or snipers won't work for this reason. Now simply pass time and wait for a reload, then gently tap time forward so you can watch the animation and note for any clipping, then move the camera or field of view to compensate until you have it just right. Now just record a bit of this footage and then key out the bright color and bam! Now you have a POV shot of you firing a weapon you can use into almost anything now. Things to note: the color key scene in Captura is currently bugged and has been for about 2 months, where metal textures appear like plastic. I have no idea why DE did this or why they have not fixed this yet, but this happened about the same time as they made Captura joinable by other players. I would probably avoid using prime weapons as a result unless you are okay with using a plastic Bratton Prime that looks worse than a white Vacor Heck. Another thing is the lighting in Captura isn't even, and thus the walls will especially make your character and weapon extra dark. Use the 3-light setup set to max brightness and rotate it a bit to slightly counter this. A quick way to enter this mode without always running to a wall is simply going into the arsenal through the escape menu and waiting until your character is centered, then exit and rotate yourself until the camera zooms in and blacks out like you are against a wall, as there seems to usually be a wall next to the arsenal console that serves the same purpose as the actual room boundaries. You can sort of get around not being able to record non-automatic weapons by slowing time to its max, then going into the camera menu the moment you press the trigger, turning time back to normal and letting the animation play as you record, then going out of the camera mode and firing normally just for the sound effect of firing, then mixing the files together in post. It's not perfect as you lose a few frames of the animation, but it's the only way to really record something like the Arca Plasmor. Other than that, just experiment with your new camera abilities, but just be careful as getting too far from your Warframe will take the camera out of the boundary that I mentioned, so you'll have to redo the wall trick to get back inside. Thanks for watching.